Hi, yes, people. Welcome to the Real Talk Football TV Premier League debate show. On Thursdays, we do the Premier League predictions. So every week, we try and predict what the scores will be for the weekend. It's week 15. Myself, Shaq, got Tobias. Hopefully, 1906 will jump on in a minute. So week 15 Premier League predictions. Biggest game of the weekend. Chelsea versus Arsenal. So let's go straight into it. We'll go with the person who won last week is 1906. 1906 went with Leeds to beat Bournemouth 2-1. Man City Fulham 1-1. I don't know what he was smoking there. I was like, I don't know what he's smoking there. Man City 1, Fulham 1. I can't see it. No Haaland. I just can't see that. Nottingham Forest to beat Brentford 2-0. Brighton to beat Wolves. And Everton to beat Leicester. Yes, 1906. We're just doing your predictions. Let's explain to me about the Man City Fulham one. I don't know was you smoking something before you started, because I don't get that one. 1906.
I don't know. I reckon it could be a tricky game.
What tricky game? Tricky game for what?
I don't know.
What Fulham gonna do?
I don't know. I think Fulham's going at the moment, and I need points. It could be one of those 100-1 shots.
That's mad. I just can't see it happening, but we'll see anyway. Let's go to Sundays.
I can't see it happening, but I need points. I'm going for 100-1 shot.
All right, going for Sundays. Chelsea 1, Arsenal 1. We'll talk about that later. Man United to beat Villa, dog right now. Newcastle to keep winning. Palace, you love a Palace. You know what? I think every week I see you Palace win. If it was up to you, Palace would be top of the league right now. 1906 loves a Palace. Palace always win for him.
I just think one day
it might come.
The dice might just roll in one day.
Palace to win and Spurs to beat Liverpool. You tried to text me. No, 1906, mate. You know you can't just change it last minute, mate. Looking at other people's scores, it don't work like that. It don't work like that.
I was trying to weigh it up. I was trying to do a Columbo on that one. I was weighing it up, and I was thinking, where's the legs? I was thinking, where's the leg? I know. That's what I'm saying. I went deep. I was thinking, right, where's the legs in Tottenham? All right, hold on, wait a minute. Songs mash up. Yeah, hold on. They're going to play Mora. No, he's rubbish. No, who else they got? We could win this. That's a double take on it.
You change it, man. You got to keep it. You got to keep it as if you've gone for Spurs to win.
I want everyone to know. I did think about it, and I put us down to win 2-1. But anyway, go on.
You should know better than that. But if Shaq can gain that little advantage on you,
no, mate. You know the rules. The rules are, guys, it has to be in before 9 o'clock. And 906, you can't 906. You can't text me at 9:45 and says I want to change it. Don't work like that, because you can look at everybody else.
When did that come in? When did you put that rule in? Because I didn't see none of that in the commandments.
First week of the season, mate. Listen, I don't make the rules up. First week. All right, let's go to Tobias's results. Leeds and Bournemouth to get a draw. You think Bournemouth would beat Leeds? Yeah, get a draw. Yeah.
Why not? They haven't won in about 3-4, I think. But before that, they wasn't doing too bad. Leeds had a good result, obviously, against Hughes lot, but they're down the bottom.
Yeah,
Leeds terrible. Yeah, from 10 to 20, it could be anything.
So. It could be anything. No, you're right. All right, draw. City to beat Fulham. Brentford to get an away win. Wolves to lose against Brighton. I think everybody's gone for Brighton to get the away win. And Everton 2, Leicester 2. I'm telling you, we were talking about this last couple of weeks. I look at these games, it's literally a toss-up. You can't predict it. A few years ago, you could. But now, everybody is the same. Everyone beats everyone.
I was going to do 1906's trick. 2-1-2-1-2-1-2-1-2-1.
Something's got to give.
All right, Sunday's results. Chelsea to get the win. Man United to win again. Man United are on a roll, winning today as well. Newcastle on a roll. Still won. Don't matter. It's still won. And that's the most important thing. Newcastle winning. West Ham to beat Palace, and Liverpool and Spurs to draw 2-2. All right, my results. I got for Leeds to get another win and beat Bournemouth. Man City to smash Fulham. Brentford to beat Forest. Brighton to beat Wolves. And I've gone for Everton to nick a last-minute winner, Iwobi. Talking about Iwobi, yeah.
Go on.
Is Iwobi, if you're doing team of the season, does Iwobi get into the team of the season right now?
No.
Iwobi is flying.
No, he is.
1906 Tobias. Iwobi is flying.
He is
flying. What second most assists in the Prem?
No, he is. I'm not gonna lie.
Don't talk to Iwobi. Iwobi's flying.
I said it a couple of weeks back. But the team of the season, it might be a push. I'm not sure.
He might hit the bench. He's pushing.
He gets the bench, but if you're saying does he start, I don't know.
For me, he just gets lucky. It just seems every touch is luck.
Nah. You know what? I was the Iwobi. Like I used to think Iwobi was super dead, but Iwobi's come like Joe Linton. They've just these players now. You look at them like, ooh, they could do a thing because they've just got the energy, the drive, and I think what they've got. The boy playing them in the centre midfield as they're kind of like a 6 and an 8, like a slash between. They don't get enough to get enough goals to be an 8, but they do enough to be a 6. They're a problem. I think Iwobi and Joe Linton are a problem. They will never play for any of the top teams, but they are a problem. You don't want to play against them.
His uncle spoke to him. JJ sat him down still.
He did. He said, listen.
Told him a couple of tapes.
I saw that the other day, actually. I caught you with his skills, tricks, flicks, and
ankle break. You have to remind Iwobi of his bloodline.
Yeah, you got to do better than that. He's maybe just saying, listen, big man, fix up, innit? Yeah. I've got Chelsea to beat Arsenal, Man United to win, Southampton and Newcastle to get a draw. Southampton, Newcastle. I know Newcastle are flying, but Southampton are that weird team. That can get something. On that one, you know. I know. So did I. So did I.
This is what I mean, though, man. The league's just horrible.
It is horrible. So I've gone them for a draw. I think West Ham, Crystal Palace. If you couldn't escape that game, escape it, because I think it's going to be the worst game in the world. I could see some sort of some own goal, a corner coming in. It just ricochets off everyone. And no one knows who scored, so that goes in.
Yeah, I reckon with Paqueta and Samaka, they're changing. I think they don't play that bad anymore. I think
no, they don't. They've got some good players. Good players, but I think they'll win. And I think Liverpool, with Son being injured, no Kulusevski, Son.
No Kulu either. I thought Kulu was back.
I
thought Kulu was back.
No, he's out. Son's out. Richarlison's out. So it's just only Kane. So I had a draw in my head, a 2-2 draw, and they had a tough game away at Marseille. I just think if we're going to beat Spurs, I think we'll beat them. So I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool to comfortably beat Spurs.
Thinking about it, Chilwell and James are out for Chelsea. Horrible.
Yeah, it's mad. This is what I'm saying. Talking about injuries, because I just saw Timo Werner getting injured. I think this World Cup's going to be the worst World Cup we see for a long, long time. I just don't understand it being in the winter. Players are dropping like flies. And
No, sorry, go on.
No, I would say people who haven't played football at any sort of level will give the talk of, they should be playing because they make so much money. But the product's going to be watered down because all the games are just being crammed into one to literally put all the games together and then play a World Cup. So imagine if your team gets to the World Cup final and you play in the Premier League. Next week, you're back playing Premier League football. And if you're playing, say, for Man City and expect to play at a high level, that's why I think this league, that's why I think you're seeing results being a madness. I just think it's so poor. The World Cup being in the winter. I think it's gonna be terrible.
But I think I said it last time that the way it's structured in the summer, it must disrupt someone's season. Do you know what I mean? And maybe you can say if that's the case, I'm not sure what leagues play throughout our summer, if you know what I mean, throughout those periods. But the big leagues sort of take precedent, don't they? It seems.
Yeah, 100%.
If they're evening it out like that, then so be it. But I don't think it was that.
I think the only reason why I'm looking forward to this World Cup is because I'm looking for some fresh talent. You know, I'm not looking at
1906.
I want to see the next generation, what's coming through. I want to see what's coming through. And I think in the World Cup, there's going to be so many players that are sort of like pulling out, as you say, you're going to see a lot of young talent out there.
1906. That's why I know you don't watch the internet. Everybody knows everybody now. Them days are done where the World Cup brings up surprises. There's no surprises. Everybody knows everybody.
I don't know. I reckon this one there will be. I reckon this one you'll see.
From what team?
The new talents. I don't know where from, but there must be something out there.
Nah, mate. It's gonna be same old. I think this World Cup's gonna be absolutely dog. All right. I just got a feeling it's gonna be terrible. All right. North London derby, Chelsea versus Arsenal. First, I can't even believe Arsenal first. It's mad. Arsenal first, Man City, Chelsea 6. First versus 6 at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea. Do Chelsea have to win this for them to be in the shake-up, even to win the league because everybody's beating everybody? Or if Arsenal win, do we have to take them seriously?
I think the answer to your first question, Chelsea have to win for everyone's sanity. Because
you are spot on.
Oh, mate.
Everyone's waiting for Arsenal to be Arsenal.
Yeah,
it hasn't happened yet.
It hasn't clicked in yet. It needs to click in soon. It needs to click in.
Their own supporters start getting twitchy. They're getting twitchy around November, December. Yeah. It's like the usual Arsenal crash. You know what I mean? So everything can be going tickety-boo right now, but they're looking at end of November, December, that time. That's when they start getting the beads out. Do you know what I mean? start paying homage to Armitage Shanks and all that. Because they're just due a crash.
But in fairness, they're top and they deserve to be top.
Definitely. The football don't lie.
In fairness, there has been a bit of a drop-off as the accumulation of games have come, but you can probably say the same for everyone. Everyone's sort of struggling in that sense. Looking at Chelsea's injuries, I'll probably change my score. But I just think it's not even. I don't even hope, to be honest, because I'm glad that there's at least someone's up there challenging. It's not. So Shaq can't say this is a Farmers League because Liverpool ain't up there. So that.
You caught that one.
But with Chilwell, James being out, Potter's been a bit in and out. I'm surprised he even went for Chelsea. You know, it must have been in hope, bro. It must have been in hope, if I'm honest. But then,
But do you think? But do you think for Potter, Potter's got the whole of the English managers on his back in a sense of this is the first time, I think properly. You can talk about Lampard getting the Chelsea job or like a top job, but this is the first time ever that an English manager has deserved to at least have a crack at a top 4 club. And if he gets it wrong or he flops massively, no English manager is ever going to get a top 4 club again.
It's bad, isn't it? Because Chelsea, I believe, was the wrong pick for him. Yeah, even though he didn't know the new regime, but the fans themselves, the fans' expectations themselves, the fans will sack you quickly now. You know.
They're mad.
They're quick. They're quick to call it.
Fans in general.
Yeah, fans in general. And when you look at what he's done and when he's come in, he's been rigid with that 3-5, that 5 at the back scenario, and been a bit naive, like he was, like I said about Ten Hag, playing Reece James and Pulisic at wing backs, Sterling, and Pulisic, and I don't know. I think he needs to add something for himself. Cucurella's looked terrible, but he's been playing in the free majority of the time, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, so it's just, I don't know, what is he doing it because he has to, and he's lacking the players in certain departments, because they're seriously lacking in defense and attack. Really, I don't think Aubameyang's his type of striker.
No.
It's a big jump. Done well in Champions League. Only lost. How many has he lost? Really, one.
He's lost one game to Brighton.
He's steadying the ship. Is he pulling up trees? No.
Not really. But I think you got to look at. I know they've got a lot of players, new players. Potter. I think you can't judge Potter this season. You've got to judge him next year. Yeah, there's a lot of deadwood there, and he has to make his.
If he sticks around, because you know how Chelsea are already, you have to give him, I would say, 3 seasons to get his team.
Chelsea don't get 3 seasons in Chelsea.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't think you're actually going to see that the Potter, his style of management, come out in Chelsea.
But I think, but he's got a whole season to implement his style now. So it's not a free hit, but it's a free hit. So minimum requirement is top 4. So if he gets top 4 and he implements his style, I think Chelsea fans and the chairman of Chelsea will take that. But the next season, they would see he would have to challenge Man City. And if Arsenal go on and do the unthinkable, then Arsenal.
If he can bring in who he wants to bring in to play, all those positions and everything else. I don't know. I'll give any manager 3 seasons.
He's been what
they've got, create that style, as you say, and have their own team at the end of it. 3 seasons, sell, buy, all of that. 3 seasons.
All right, but Chelsea's,
as you say, you ain't going to give him that.
Yeah, but Chelsea's point of view, Chelsea's chairman will say, all right, yeah, for a normal club, 3 seasons, but I'm giving you £200 million to spend. 3 seasons is too long for. That's what he'd be saying. 3 seasons is too long. Two seasons with Liverpool, with Klopp, you understood it because the team was terrible. He's built it from the ground up. You look at Chelsea's team, there's not that much you can do to make it better. It just needs tweaks. No. The squad wise.
There is.
But don't you think squad wise they're as good as anything?
No. I reckon they need a massive revamp.
You think so?
Yeah, who they got up top?
Yeah, but they still haven't made that conundrum. But they haven't got a striker. They got Borja and Aubameyang.
Their back 3 of Koulibaly, Thiago Silva, who's nearly 40. Koulibaly's late, early 30s,
but still playing at a high level.
Yeah, but you got to look for the future. Thiago can't keep this up. Then you got to look at Chalobah. Is he? I like Chalobah. Don't get me wrong, but is he the future? But he's still going to need at least 1-2 centre halves. Personally, I reckon. Then you look at the midfield. Kante looks like he's going. Still playing Loftus. Jorginho, Kovacic injured here and there. They're all hitting 30s. The same thing you said about your squad, you can say about Chelsea's squad.
Need a transition.
And it didn't help that Potter's inherited probably new signings that he maybe wouldn't have signed. So then can he add more to the mix in January, because you're already trying to integrate the new players anyway. So how much more can he add?
Yeah, it's interesting. I do look at their side, and I don't personally, in my opinion, I don't think they need a lot. I think if they could bring in 3 or 4 players, I think they'll be ready. They could bring a couple of centre halves, maybe a midfielder and a striker, but a striker, there's no strikers about. So
but I think 3 or 4 players changes anything, doesn't it? Look, how many Ten Hag brought in? 4 or 5?
Yeah, but 4 or 5 players, but you still maybe need another transfer window to challenge. You're still not
100%,
challenging. But Chelsea, in my opinion, Chelsea will need 3 or 4 players to challenge for the title. I still think you need another 2 transfer windows for you to really challenge for the title. Where I think Chelsea are ahead of Man United in development of their players. I think Chelsea are waiting for Havertz to take off, and he still hasn't taken off yet. He's the guy who should be getting 25, 30. They haven't solved that conundrum of a goal scorer.
But then that system doesn't suit Havertz. Havertz isn't a striker.
Yeah, but he needs to be doing more than what he's doing.
Yeah, but then you need he's a system type player, isn't he? He's that number 10.
But no one plays with a 10.
But that's what he is, though.
Yeah, but they're playing. But he could play the false 9, and if he plays the false 9, he should still be getting 15, 20 plus, and he still hasn't hit them numbers.
And then you've got to look at how Chelsea play prior to under Tuchel. Did they really play the type of football that sort of helps Havertz?
No,
I don't think the type of football they play sort of allows Havertz to express himself at all, or under Tuchel anyway.
You know what? Havertz reminds me of João Felix at Atletico Madrid.
Very similar.
Where they wanna they need to be taken off, but maybe they're at the wrong club. I think if they
they've got all the attributes, and maybe we might be wrong, but they've got all the attributes that you think there's a player there, world class player. Obviously, there's a player there. Everyone knows that, but in terms of a top player, but you're right. I don't think either of them have taken off.
No, they haven't.
He was always the one I would watch. It was always the one I would watch just to see what you do. I mean, see what you can do. He's creative, but then Chelsea could play, and I don't even see him.
He's up and down. I don't know if he has. If he looks at when I look at Havertz, he doesn't have the personality to impose himself on a game. He looks quite placid when I watch. Just his old demeanor. He doesn't take the game by the scruff of his neck, but you know there's a real player there. I think there's a world-class player there. When I see him, I see his touches, the boy, he flicks balls around the corner, and he's got every finish in his repertoire. He's got weldies, he's got tap-ins, he's great in the air, but I just don't see enough of it. And maybe with Potter, you might see it more.
Kai Havertz's biggest problem is he needs to go and have a chat with Ballack. He's not aggressive enough for his size and for what he is. He doesn't impose himself enough.
That's what I said. Like, his personality. It looks like his personality is like that. He's very quiet. I look at his face; it's very placid. He should be 6'2", 6'3".
Did he grow late or something? Did he grow late? You know, like when you grow late, you don't realize you're big.
Yeah.
You know, like
you're still getting out of the way of people then, Oxford Street.
Patrick grows better like 17, 18 and that. You don't realize until probably what's Havertz now, probably 21, 22.
Yeah.
So you don't realize until you're a bit older. You start looking down on man and that. But yeah.
But it's interesting. But going to Arsenal, top of the league, beating Nottingham Forest 5-0. I know they're winning.
Where did the 5-0 come from?
I don't know. But they won. They won. And they keep on winning. And this is what I'm thinking. Every time I watch them, they're winning. They're winning. And I know it's getting serious because I haven't watched any of the Arsenal fan channels for about 4 months. It's pissing me off. And I'm just looking at. I go on the internet and I just see the titles and I just see bare teeth. And I don't want to see teeth. I want to see anger. It pisses me off.
And the thing is, they're now saying it's like that thing of, we could be playing better, even though they're getting a result. We could be getting, but no one's getting cursed. No one's getting a 3 out of 10. All of that.
I miss them days, man. The good old days need to come back. It needs to come back. But on a serious note, I think Arsenal have been playing well. I think, like I said, I don't know if you lot have watched All or Nothing show. It changed my perception of Arteta. I think he's going to be a top manager. I think he's very, very good. They've got some young players, but in my opinion as well, the reason why I don't think they would win it is that they haven't got a guy who gets 25 plus, and I just don't see them scoring enough goals to keep up with Man City. But
everyone's getting goals though.
They are. It's been shared.
They don't have to get those 5s. They can get those 1-0s, 2-0s, drag it out like they did years ago.
No, but everyone's getting goals from Xhaka.
They're scoring from angles.
You got Xhaka scoring, Partey's hitting them top winners, 2 identical ones. Then Reece Nelson come from nowhere.
I know.
He's been on loan for about 20 seasons.
And they were showing a stat about him and Reece Nelson and Sancho. He's got more goals than Sancho.
He's got the same, apparently. He's got the same. No, it's very quick. You see, the memes were so quick to come out. I don't even think the 90 minutes had finished before I see that on my phone.
I was dying. But Sancho's been a flop though. But yeah, going to Arsenal.
Don't throw shade like that and try and keep it.
Going to Arsenal. Going to Arsenal. Yeah. Going to Arsenal.
This man's in the mud right now and he's trying to throw shade at Sancho. Don't worry about that.
Listen, I'm not throwing shade. I'm just talking facts. These are facts.
Shade, man.
These are facts. These are facts. All right. Going to Arsenal. Jesus was supposed to be the signing of the season. I do think he's a good signing, but does he need to start scoring more goals for Arsenal?
What's your next thing to come out is Darwin Núñez.
I'm not even talking about. I'm not even talking about. I'm not talking about that Darwin Núñez. You know, I'm not even talking about Darwin Núñez has got more goals than Jesus. We know that already in it. So, but we're talking about it.
Even if he does rob them, yeah, go on.
We're talking about. We're talking about Jesus. Does Jesus need to get more goals?
And they'll come. They will come. Look at his style of play. He always waits for that delivery. So some things are pulling off. Just of late, they're not. But you know they're going to come. You know they're going to come.
No, he's not known for goal scoring. But then there's another thing that you need to take from it. He's like the Giroud effect. People used to say the same thing about Giroud. But the most important thing is the players around him are scoring. And he's involved in those opportunities. So if he's making the team, same as Firmino, you could have the same argument with Firmino back in a couple of seasons ago. Your team plays better when he's in the team and you score more goals. So if he's not scoring, but he's playing that false 9, then you can't have it all.
I do like him. All right, key battles for you.
Saka fit.
Key battles. I think he's supposed to play today. But key battles or key players for Chelsea and Arsenal.
Sterling's in there, isn't he? Who's Sterling running against?
The key battle for me is Arsenal's attack against Chelsea's defence. Because the wing backs and who they're going to play at wing back is going to be key. Who have they got? Cucurella, I suspect, will
play there
on the left. Not
sure. Sterling might play right wing back because he's been playing the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, but that's a joke, bro.
I know, it's terrible.
That's a joke.
I don't think he will this week.
I don't like.
Or Loftus might play there.
Is Loftus could get a shot call up? Yeah.
Oh boy, I don't know. But Loftus might play there.
This new youngster breaking through, yeah.
Wow. He's like the new Jesse Lingard, isn't it?
He's
still a youngster, he's 30.
Loftus is the real goat of the game. Fair play.
But that's what I'm saying. Loftus might play right wing back, but I think you're right about the defense versus attack because it'd be interesting how they handle Martinelli and Saka, especially the wide players, because I think they're flying. They remind me a bit of not the power and the rawness, but remind me of a bit like Salah and Mane. Saka and Martinelli. They're just the pressing from the front, but they don't have the aggressive and the power. But the non-stop running, I do think they can go and hit another level.
The Martinelli one's weird, isn't it? Because Arteta wasn't playing him for a while.
No, it's
made him sit down for half a season.
Yeah.
When he first came in. He was a weird one. All of a sudden, Martinelli's like a star boy.
The fans were screaming for him.
Yeah. But the same thing with Saliba. He didn't play Saliba for like 3 years.
Loaned him out for like 2-3 years, didn't he?
Well, Saliba's contract's coming to the end of the season. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised that he doesn't sign,
Is he coming up the end of the season?
No, end of next season.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't sign. I think he's still bitter that they put him out on loan for so long and their defense was terrible. And they've brought him back and they've realized, not even bring it back and realize it. Like Arteta might say, this is the reason why we bring you back on loan, put you out on loan. And since you've come back, you're a better player and our team's a better player. But I think, I'm trying to think if it was me, I would slightly be bitter that they didn't play me 2-3 years ago, and I might not sign a new contract. I might just see what's out there.
If it was, you probably feel bitter if you was in the Championship or he's back in France in Marseille, wasn't he? So it's not a small club.
No,
maybe.
And he got into the France national team,
and he was playing every week. And in essence, you can say it worked. So
it worked. Yeah, it's worked. That's what I'm saying. That's what Arteta will say. It worked.
Yeah,
it worked out for everyone.
But it might even work out better for him if he has no intention about moving on from Arsenal, because he is putting himself in the window. I mean, he's getting the attention.
Arteta could play that card that I didn't want all that pressure on you. I sacrificed my own myself for your development. He could start spitting that cheese to him.
Yeah.
But Saliba reminds me of a young Varane when I first see Varane when he come on the scene. They're very similar like that. They've got that mistake in them, but they're top quality.
Yeah, 100%. So, Tobias, you've gone for Chelsea to win.
Yeah.
906, you've gone for Arsenal to draw to get a result at Chelsea. I've gone for Chelsea to win. But if Arsenal do win, and then they beat, I think it's Southampton their next game, and they stay top after Christmas. They'll be top when the World Cup starts. What's What's a realistic expectation for Arsenal now when they come back? What have they got to do? What do you think now?
Then it's obviously top 4 is a given.
Yeah.
So they've got a plan. Second must be there.
That's what I'm saying. Is it literally stay as top as long as possible, or try and keep away from Man City? Do they have to think like the mindset now is coming back after the World Cup thinking, you know what? We could win this now, and we should win this. We've played everybody once. Should we win this league?
Yeah, they've come out the blocks quick. It's like the Ethiopian marathon runners. Do you know what I mean? Them pace setters, and burst off quick and all that. And they're gonna. It's gonna come down. It's gonna come down. There's gonna be injuries from the World Cup. There's gonna be that fatigue thing going on. In January, is he going to be able to pick up something that can keep it going, keep that fire going at Arsenal? I don't think so.
That analogy is mad because them Ethiopians win, bruv. They don't pace set, man. They win. So when you said that to the Ethiopian, I was thinking, nah, man, these man win, bruv. You might say the English man, the Italian man.
You don't watch athletics,
but what in terms of it though, the one advantage that Arsenal have is that the longer it goes on, the less pressure they have. Because they're always playing without pressure. Do you know what I mean? It's different for when you and City were challenging for the league because there was pressure both sides. If it's if the pressure's solely on Man City, that's massive.
Yeah.
And you can push them to that sort of last 2 months of the season. That's massive. You've got a massive mental advantage there.
100%. It's going to be interesting. Arsenal, I like what they're doing. I think they're progressing every year. They've got some really good players. I think Odegaard is top quality. I really like him. I think Odegaard could have been top, even won a world-class player already if he didn't go Real Madrid as a youngster.
Odegaard, not really. Doesn't he remind you of Ozil with work ethic?
Yeah. But Ozil was world-class. Ozil was world-class.
He just reminds me of Ozil back in the what was it? The World Cup.
For Germany.
Yeah, for Germany.
Yeah, Ozil was world class. Real Madrid Ozil was ridiculous. Even first 2 years at Arsenal, Ozil was just techie, just gifted, technically gifted.
But Odegaard is that elite assister. If you're a striker, you want Odegaard.
You love him. Yeah.
Because he's never going to shoot.
No,
Whereas Fernandes always looks for the shot.
Yeah.
Odegaard's the total opposite. He's always first thing on his mind is assisting, even if he's on the bloody goal line, he'll pass it.
All right. Last bit. Whoop, sorry. Last bit, yeah. Last bit. Who do you want? If it came down to Arsenal and Man City win the league, who would you rather win the league?
Seriously? I don't want Arsenal anywhere near it.
You know what? I think I'd rather Man City win it 3-4 years.
Think about it, yeah. We keep saying that.
If it could be a case of I would like Arsenal to win, but without the fans.
Yeah, you take it.
But the problem we have is that if we keep saying Man City, then Man City are going to be on our coattails before you know it. So if I look at it that way, the more we keep thinking, you know what, Man City,
they might just take over, innit? They're going
to be double figures.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The beast is growing, mate.
Yeah, it's mad, and all the next generation, all these kids, the new kids, they all support Man City now.
Listen, I saw Haaland tops. Tops in where was I? In Worthing. I was down in Worthing on the coast, and there was Haaland tops. These kids walked around Haaland tops. I was like, seriously? I thought every Man City supporter was in the ground.
Mad.
No, but that's what happens, though, man. This is what I mean about the new breed. Think about it. Yeah. Man United and Liverpool are still living off generation. Do you know what I mean? So this is
But the thing is, as well, if Arsenal, I think for Arsenal to win it, I think it's embarrassing for Liverpool supporters because they'll be talking about, look how long it took you to win it, and then they've come and won it like less time. I think Man United fans now, it's not like they've had their time, but they've seen Man United win, so they were due this 10-year of not winning nothing, so they can kind of sit back. But for Liverpool supporters, to Arsenal to win the league,
We've
God!
Stuff during them 10 years, man. Relax.
Say again.
We've won stuff during them 10 years.
Yeah, but you ain't won the league, like I told you.
Yeah,
like I told 906. 906, yeah. 906, I told you, yeah. No. 906, yeah. I remember, listen, yeah. When I think Souls. Am I lying?
Bro,
bruv, am I lying?
No, listen to what
am I lying?
Listen to what I'm saying to you. Your first statement was you ain't won nothing in 10 years. And I'm saying that's untrue.
Okay. You haven't won the league in 10 years. Okay. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. And another fact is, I said to Tobias 906, Man United, when Ferguson left, I said, Man United will not win the league minimum 10 years. This guy laughed in my face and said, you're chatting shit. I told him, I said, you will not win it for minimum 10 years. Minimum. He laughed.
Look at the team that won the league. Look at the team that won the league last for us.
Tobias, that's why you're reflecting. I'm just asking, did I say that to you when Ferguson got sacked?
Well, all I'm saying is, from when I see that team win the league, like it's
anything's possible.
Yeah, like there's nothing could like this. You see the same hype that you had for one trophy, yeah. The same hype you had for one trophy, yeah. This is what I'm saying. So see the difference. I have a reason for my energy because it was multiple. It was multiple. Yeah, your energy come from nowhere.
Using the right era to do multiple. You'll never do multiple again. Multiple never happen again.
Yeah, Liverpool fans killed me because you see the barber that killed me. I must have messaged him the other day. What you still watch? Because last season he was killing me. Never give him my old barber, by the way, before he starts getting big. But yeah. So I said, what? You watching football? You still watching football these days, or what? Nah, man, you've been waiting 10 years to banter. I'm like. Jealousy over one Premier League in 10, like allow me. I'll take that all day.
All right, cool.
So you got hate. No one. There's no hate, bro. There's none.
Yeah.
We're here.
Yeah, 6 Champions Leagues.
To be honest,
Six Champions Leagues, isn't it? Yeah. All right. guys, make sure you thank you for the people who's in the chat. I think we had up to about 3 or 4 people in the chat. So thank you. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. See us on Monday at 9:06. I'll leave it to you. Last word.
2-1 Liverpool. Change the score.
Listen, yeah, I noticed that the Liverpool shirts are back out again because you won.
I told you the cycle thing. Some ironing, all of that. It's a cycle.
It's back now. It's back now.
We'll be back off it.
Listen. I saw Son go injured. I was thinking, yes, that's what I put in a wash. I said, yes, we got a chance. We got a chance of winning. So yeah. All right. We are real.
Jamlet scarf. So I'm back.
Conte, bring back Jose Mourinho times where you just come out the place. Come on.
All right. We are Real Talk Football TV and we are out.